Hello everyone and good afternoon. Today is Monday, August 4th at 2:14. Did I say good morning? If I say good morning, I'm a good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Monday, August 4th at 2:14 p.m. And day 2 outlook, we got a slight risk that encompasses north central South Dakota and south central North Dakota. And we got a marginal for parts of Montana, parts of Minnesota, parts of Nebraska, parts of South Dakota, and parts of North Dakota. The marginal tomorrow encompasses Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Watertown, South Dakota, and Brookings, South Dakota. The tornado threat tomorrow, we got 2% for north central South Dakota and south central Minnesota, North Dakota. The 2% for tomorrow encompasses Bismarck, North Dakota, Minot, North Dakota, Mandan, North Dakota, Dickinson, North Dakota, Jamestown, North Dakota. The wind risk tomorrow, wind risk, whatever you call it. We got a 15 for north central South Dakota and south central a 15 for north central South Dakota and south central North Dakota. And we got a 5% for parts of Nebraska, parts of South Dakota, parts of Montana, parts of North Dakota, and parts of Minnesota, and a teeny tiny part of Iowa. These 5% for tomorrow encompasses Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Watertown, South Dakota, and Brookings, South Dakota. And I forgot to mention, no, I don't want to stop this, but I might get interrupted to do a flight watch because you never know what happens here in Virginia. But anyway, the 5% for tomorrow encompasses Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Watertown, South Dakota, and Brookings, South Dakota. The 15 for tomorrow encompasses Bismarck, North Dakota, Minot, North Dakota, Mandan, North Dakota, Dickinson, North Dakota, and Prairie, South Dakota. I almost said Premier. No, I did say Premier, didn't I? It had hard to click hail. And the hail threat for tomorrow, a 15 for north central South Dakota and south central North Dakota. The 5% for tomorrow encompasses parts of Montana, parts of South Dakota, parts of North Dakota, parts of South Dakota, parts of Nebraska, and that's it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention a tiny part of Colorado as well. Excuse me, Wyoming. Alright, well, the 5% for tomorrow encompasses Rapid City, South Dakota, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Jamestown, North Dakota, Mitchell, South Dakota, Willis, North Dakota. I apologize if I am rushing through this because, as you know, I have something to do almost every single day. Today, I'm pretty sure I have to mow 4 yards today, maybe even 17. I'm not sure. Won't be surprising. I have to go around 3:30. So I decided to hop on here real quick and do this outlook, and I apologize if I'm rushing through this. I mean, it feels like I am, but anyway, that is tomorrow's day 2 outlook. I almost forgot to do the day 2 outlook. Day 2 fire outlook. Alright, the fire weather outlook legend: elevated, critical, extreme, iso dry, scattered dry. Alright, we got an elevated for parts of Montana, parts of Idaho, parts of Wyoming, parts of Arizona, parts of North Dakota, and parts of Colorado, parts of Nevada, and parts of Arizona, parts of Utah, if I didn't say that already. And we got a critical. This got scary. We got a critical for central Utah. Alright, well, this critical for tomorrow encompasses St. George, Utah, Cedar Rapids, Utah, Washington, Utah, Hurricane, Utah, Price, Utah. If you're on the critical, outdoor burning is not recommended, because it is very dry there, and there is winds coming off of Mexico, gonna impact Utah out there a little bit. So fire danger is gonna increase. I wouldn't be surprised if an extreme risk is issued for tomorrow, but that is outdoor. If you have a cigarette, do not just flick it out. Just flick it out, like I'm gonna say every single day for criticals. Do not just flick it out into the open wild, because that is very, very, very bad for the environment, and it's very bad for fire danger, because if that thing lands and it's still sparking up, the wind's even if it's a light breeze, it's gonna charge that. If you ever get a fireplace and you blow on it, it charges up, and that's very bad, especially if it's a light breeze. If it's a strong breeze is very bad too, but a light breeze is even worse, and there's almost light breezes almost all over the United States every single day. But if you have a cigarette, don't just flick it out. Make sure you suck it in water for about 3 minutes, And if you absolutely, just for whatever reason, you want to throw it outside, just make sure you soak it in water for about 3 minutes. Then you can. Even though I wouldn't like I said, rabbis in the wild anyway. But it's your decision. But just outdoor boarding is not recommended for Central Utah for tomorrow. That is today's day 2 severe weather outlook and day 2 fire weather outlook. I almost forgot to do the day 2 fire outlook like just a minute ago. But outdoor burning is not recommended if you're on the critical. In Central Utah, outdoor burning is not recommended. Because if you flick that cigarette out into the wild, it's going to spread rapidly, especially if it's in dead grass. If it's in wet grass, not the case, but it still can spread in the afternoon because like if you go outside dead of winter, the grass is a little bit dead, and even though it's cold, if a fire starts, it can spread, but it ain't going to spread rapidly depending on how high the winds are. So like in winter, it snows a lot. Especially if you live north, then you see a lot of snow, and that snow just makes the grass brown. And even though it's so cold, the thing can still spread because the grass is so dry, and if the wind's blowing a little bit. But that is today's day 2 fire weather outlook, and I hope you do stay safe and stay weather aware. And if you're in the critical, like I said 20,000 times, outdoor running is not recommended. But anyway, that is today's day 2 outlook, and I hope you do stay safe and stay weather aware. And I will see you all tomorrow morning for the day 1 outlook.